1 o'clock.
Hey everybody, and it's time for having fun with Jay and Jay.
Jay.
Yeah, that's Jay, I'm Jay. Okay. No, I'm Jenny, that's Jeanette. And we are back for another wonderful show of having fun with Jay and Jay.
Yep.
And I know lately we have been giving you guys a lot of support people, people that help your business grow outside of the crafting world in a way, just that will support the basic business functions for you. But today, I was so excited when I saw this guest. I told her, I said, this is exciting. This is Hazel Smith, and she has a store called That Art Store in Virginia. And it is so very cool. I'm going to give it over to Jeanette, and Jeanette can start us off. But she's just really a very, very, very special person, and we're so happy to have her with us.
We are. Hi, Hazel.
Hello.
Hazel.
Thank you.
We met on a platform, and we've been friends ever since. And when I booked her, it was way like last year.
Yes.
And it was last year. And we went ahead, and I went ahead and I said, guess what? It's your time this week. And she's like, yay!
Yeah.
She worked on in her calendar and everything. So she was wonderful. So Hazel, tell us, how did you begin? What is your dream, your name, story? Go ahead and tell me all about yourself, because I'm gonna be so attentive like this.
Okay. Well, I'll start how I got here.
Okay.
So I was on our local police department, and I developed agoraphobia. So I had to retire. I couldn't go outside, couldn't do anything. I wound up getting a little deaf dog, and I wound up creating my own hands-free pet carrier, the doggone bag.
Oh.
Which got me out and eventually cured me. So Hooch and my bag cured me of agoraphobia. I was off all my medication. And then I started traveling to sell my bags. Well, there was local shops in the area, which got me into putting them into shops. And one that was similar to the one I have now was closing. So I thought, we need another. And so I opened that art store, and we are a collection of over 40 local artisans. And most everything in our shop is handmade or repurposed. And a lot of our artisans teach classes. So we teach what we know. I teach sewing and a paint your pet class. And I have another lady, Tiffany, she's my right-hand woman. She's always there for me. She does our resin and pour painting and just about everything else. We have walk-in crafts anytime we're open. So and out front, we have a bubble machine that blows when we're open. So if the bubbles are blowing, you can walk in and you can pick up a craft and sit down and paint it. We also host kids and adult birthday parties, and we do after hours parties for the time to get away from the kids.
Is that the bubble guy that I saw your picture with?
Yes, that's one of my
Mr.
mascots. That's Theodore Bubbles. So you follow The Bubbles to that art store.
Jeanette, can I share her website, or do you have it?
Yeah, no, please, go ahead.
Okay, so I have her website here. Let me see if I can get this, because Jeanette's the good one. I'm the one that just kind of mumbles around here. Like other mumble guy. This is your website, right? Did I get it right?
Yes.
So this is amazing. Every neighborhood should have one of these. Seriously. So kids can go in and kids can be with their parents or their friends or groups, and kids love, am I right? Kids
Yes.
love to do this. It's so much fun. And then you have adults who really like to do this, but they're kind of, do you find that the adults kind of hang back a little and then they
They
get into
do.
it?
They do. But if you have a group come in and there's a man in there, he's going to be competitive. He either wants to be the first one done or the best. So
This is so. Do you teach a specific craft, or do you just kind of?
yeah, I teach a sewing class. So anywhere from learn your machine to some basic tasks on sewing machines. I also teach what I call paint your pet. I set it up on the canvas and they come in and everybody walks away with a masterpiece. And then I also do one at one of our local breweries. It's a tie-dye paint your pet, where it's even easier. They just trace what I did and throw color on it. In fact, I'm signed up to do a cruise in January, I believe it is, and it's the first ever dog cruise. They're going to have over 250 dogs on this cruise, and I'm getting to be a vendor there. Plus, I'm going to teach my classes.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm so excited.
That's amazing. I'm trying to find the pictures of the puppies. Is it under everything else?
Well, this is going to be all of our. That's more of a shopping site. Our Facebook page has more of the.
Have more of the dogs.
Yeah, this is all of our products that we have for sale. I did it through Shopify, so I'm still playing with that, trying to figure out how to incorporate
I
everything else.
know. It's brutal, isn't it?
Yes. But my shop is in here behind me, right there. I had to
Let me
sit in
see.
my car because it's chilly outside, and I didn't want to.
I'm gonna move you here. So I'm gonna move you so people can see you.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm just getting. Can I see it? No.
No, that was me.
All right. There you go.
Every once in a while, you might see a stray bubble go by too.
So as with all crafting entrepreneurs, you started with your bag.
Right.
And I saw it was on you had it on a hook. And you went to store, and that's how you sold it?
Yeah. And we started out doing like local bark in the parks and stuff. And then now I only do 2 and 3 day shows where we go and set up. My cousin and I get in my camper van. We go from Raleigh, North Carolina we've been to Pittsburgh. We've been to New Jersey, just wherever we can go do a pet expo. And it's just wonderful to see something that you created yourself, and people love it so much. People are waiting for me to get to these shows.
I
So
love it. I love it.
yeah.
You're like the poster woman for crafter entrepreneurs. Really. You're like a gem.
Well, it wasn't just me. It was not just me.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
Had a little bit of guidance, did you?
I would never leave her
Absolutely.
store. I would be the little kid that never goes away. They would be like, "What's this child doing here? I want to go. I want to. It's my happy place." They'll be
I have people come in and tell me that when they walk in the door, time just stops. And they can sit and they can craft with their kids, or we have family groups that show up. We've had ladies came in for an adult birthday party, and it was they just had the best time laughing and creating something.
I think that we're so into the computers, it's all of our brain. And I really think that people are thirsting and hungry for tactile things to be able to, use your hands, and you're using your mind, but your hands are creating what's in your mind. It's so important for the kids.
I get anxiety a lot if I'm not doing something. So instead of wasting product because I had, no orders or whatever that week is that I have a tough week, I went to the Dollar Tree and I brought Play-Doh And I started playing with Play-Doh, and then they come here, make a cake and Play-Doh. Oh, let me buy that. Let me buy this. So here I am when I'm feeling that itch or the
Yes.
anxiety. I take out the Play-Doh and I start making things, and it calms me down. But oh my gosh, that's such a need, especially with us soldiers that we really, look for something to work with our hands. So
Right.
when we have, it's good that you're there for the soldiers, because let me tell you something. In Virginia, they have a base over there. So if that's one thing, if we can let them know, hey, come over here for your PTSD
Right.
and depression and your
We're
stuff.
right by the Norfolk shipyard. We also have the Portsmouth Naval Hospital is here, so there are a lot stationed there. The Coast Guard is stationed right here, so we have a lot of military.
Military.
And
If you was to even advertise, hey, this is for your PTSD veterans who are depression. We're here for them. We have tactile things that they can do. Your store will be a line outside the door, because we truly look for something to work with our hands with,
right,
and that calms us down. Even painting relaxes me. So that is such a joy that you have that. And when you did start with it, where do you see yourself? Like, do you see yourself having different chains in different states?
I've contemplated that. I didn't want to get into a brick and mortar. My husband kind of urged me into it, and I'm glad he did. I
Yeah.
love it. Um, but there's so much with a brick and mortar when I'm as used to a home based business and just working on my time. But I would love to see, you've got to have the right setting. So we're right next to the Children's Museum, and there's a lot. We have foot traffic back and forth because Old Town is just it's a little town, and it's perfect for this setting. I could see somewhere like maybe Williamsburg, Virginia, or even maybe
Yep.
down, um, maybe the Outer Banks of North Carolina, or something where there's small towns
Yep.
and a lot of people on foot, looking for something special to do. Um,
Do you have a little cafe or a coffee there?
there's a coffee shop directly across the street from us
Oh,
called
okay.
the Coffee
Wonderful.
Shop. So it's the coffee shop, that art store.
I was trying to get that inside there for you, but if you've got a coffee shop, then it's probably not, um,
Yeah, no,
a good. You don't want to out competition your
no,
competition.
no, no.
Yeah.
And we're right next door to it's a Thai restaurant. He's actually my landlord. He's amazing. Um,
Aw.
so there's a lot of community helping back and forth too. So like I said, I do a class once a month at the at Post Secondary Brewing. It's a local brewery. But also, so next week we're doing a special one, and it's going to raise money for the Mountain Patrol, which is what I retired from. I was a Mountain
Mhm.
Patrol officer. So they're going to get to paint a Mountain Patrol horse on a canvas bag for charity.
That's
So
awesome.
for help Friends of the Mountain Patrol. So I like to help with that too, and with the local humane society. I'm a big dog lover. I'm all about animals.
That is wonderful. Anyway, that is wonderful. I have a guest on here. She haven't asked no questions, but our viewers are welcome to ask questions. So please ask your questions, and she'll be happy to answer them. So, in the price range, would you say that a person, let's say if I was a high school kid and I wanted to go to your shop to create something or do something like that, do you? Or that would be one question. How much would it be for them? The second question would be, do you take school trips, like school field trips for teachers that are out there in school? Do you take a field trip that all the little kids, like let's say they have 15 little kids in the class and they want to go in your shop to do something for like Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever? Do you do things like that?
So first, our walk-in crafts range anywhere from $1 up
Mhm.
to $30, just depending on
Wow.
what they pick. And then our scheduled classes, they're anywhere from $10 to $100, just depending on what it is we're doing. And then we'll run specials every once in a while. And yes, we've had field trips come in. Mostly they're from like day camps or something, and we actually have a summer camp ourselves. But we also will go off site also. So I've gone and I've done special camp. The Portsmouth Police Department had a summer camp for kids, and I went and did a day of crafting with them, and
Mhm.
which was really good. I also had 2 interns from the local high school who were with me, so they got that experience too. So they get to come in and see how to run the business, and they were amazing. I get hopefully 2 more again this year, but
And it's
but
important because art is not no longer taught in the school, so kids need that.
exactly
It's good that a teacher thought outside the box. Say, hey, I found a shop nearby. Let's go there,
right.
kids.
We also have adult groups from homes that come in where they usually just take them shopping or something. They'll come in like every 2 weeks and paint something. Yesterday, I actually taught 3 of them how to use a sewing machine. So
Oh,
that was it was quite the adventure. But they all left with a finished product. So that it helps boost their self-esteem too,
Yeah.
along with mine.
Oh my gosh, that is
it really is. We're in a time in our world, and I was just talking to someone about people talking the buying things from other places and stuff. This is the best time right now for people to look to their local neighborhoods for crafting and for gifts and for things that we want to give that are made from you and they're made in the United States or made here by local people. And you're offering your community such a really wonderful place to go and to if you ever want to be yourself, go make a craft, go do a painting, because you can, everything that you are, you can, it's, what I've always liked, Hazel, when I was working with kids, I'd give them all the same thing, right? I'd give them all the basics, right? They each get 5 paints. They each get this thing to paint on. They get this. And when you're done, you can give them all the directions you want, but everyone has a different way, an interpretation of what they want their thing to look like. It's amazing.
Absolutely. The way
Like you
they
have
express
one
themselves
that's,
is completely different.
you'll have one that's like, I'm gonna follow exactly, and then you have one that's like, and then you have one that's kind of like they started, and then they kind of went, okay, I don't know about this, and then, it's just amazing, and I people don't realize exactly, like I'm not a rule follower. I would be the one that would be going.
yeah, she's not. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, put the link over here. She'll put it over there. No.
And you go, Jen. That's not what I told you to do. I'm like, no, but I think it's a little bit. But it's really fascinating, and that's what's so cool about art is, it is so individual.
Right.
It is.
And
I mean,
I've
it's just
said it several
amazing.
times that if I'd have known how quiet children become when they paint, my kids would have been painting the whole time they were growing
I
up.
know.
That is a secret that everybody should know.
Yeah.
Parents, I think, do this. They don't want the mess.
Right. And we
Okay,
don't care.
so if you give like a 3-year-old like a paintbrush and a paint, you got to have like it in a place where it's not going to hurt your stuff. But I think that's why a lot of people don't want to, my daughter did the same thing. I had a table. I didn't care what they did to it. People said, oh, you let your kids on the table. I'm like, what am I going to do? Right? It's just sitting here. What are we going to not, they
Well,
had
we have some
stuff.
that show up that are staying at the local hotel because we have a lot of tourists come through. And they'll show up as a little family. They want to take something back. So we use these in the shop too, but pack up everything that they might need to set and paint at the hotel if they pick something so they can go and sit down. They don't have to stay in the store. If you use a puppy potty pad, they are amazing. They're the best thing to use to set and paint or craft on because it absorbs everything.
I hadn't thought about that.
I never thought
the same thing. I thought about that.
because it takes liquid. You don't go anywhere. They're the right size. The small ones are the right size. You see, she done gave me an idea. I usually take like paper and all that, but my dog got pee pads. I'm gonna use one of those.
Yep.
Good idea. See, we learn every day.
Here, guys. the hint of the year because I didn't even think about that.
I did.
They're amazing.
And you did like 50 or 100 for a whole bunch of cheap too. You just put it on there. You know, it takes up liquid and everything. It won't go anywhere. It has borders. It's the perfect pad. I never thought about that. Oh wow, wow! It's one of those wow moments.
Yeah.
So, how are you traversing the businesswoman next to the creative woman, to the having family and friends? What's the most challenging part of that?
Finding time for me.
Yeah.
But and so I do, like I had said, I have Tiffany, and so she'll take the store for a week, and I know that it's good and safe, and I can go away and recharge and come back. Um, you know, because some days you come in and you got other things that you need to do, but the first time a kid walks in and they sit down and paint, it doesn't matter anymore. You just don't
That's
worry
great.
about it.
That's so awesome. My son, we had an art studio around the corner, and he started doing art very young, and he loved his art classes. And that was the one thing I used when he was naughty. I would say, you're not going to art class this week, so you better get your homework done, and you better get it done now. And he would snap right out of it, and he walked around the corner, took his art bag and everything, and then he went back and taught some of the classes.
No.
The gentleman that used to teach him, his name was Cap, and he wore the suspenders, and was a real old school art kind of guy. And my son just loved him. He was just, he still went through art school and college and everything. And when Cap passed away, he was just so sad. That was just such a very important person in his life. So people don't understand. Kids can, some kids don't play sports. Some kids, but
Well,
all
really
kids
very
can learn.
fortunate here. We've got so the area right next to me is Old Town Arts and Music. So they teach music lessons, another form of art. And then once a month we have an art market that's set up, and in May I'm going to partner with them, and we're going to have a homeschool art show, because you have the public schools have art shows all the time, but what about our homeschoolers? So we're going to have an art show for them the first Saturday in May that goes along with the art market. We're really fortunate in this area with all the art that we have. We even have, like, there's butterfly wings all over the old town that you can stand in front of and get your picture, that were all created by different artists. I mean, we're really, really fortunate to be in this area.
I love that. And we're trying to reach out to homeschoolers, because they're, they need it too. And actually a lot of the art is actually disappearing from schools altogether.
Right.
That is real. I know that me and Jenny went on a haywire saying, we need our homeschoolers in the channel. We need homeschoolers on the channel, and because they have these kids, they're fascinating when they're doing art, and the uniqueness that they have. They think outside the box. They don't think by being guided. They just do.
Right.
That's the difference. That's the difference between someone who's guided as a teacher and someone who the teacher is. And I can say that because I was a teacher for 19 years. And I would tell my kids, go. That's it. Just do what you need to do. And they would come out, when you don't guide them and you give them this little box to follow, their imagination goes off. And they do better than if you're telling them, go do this, just go.
Right.
It's true. Just give them the liberty of freedom to be able to create, and they will come out with masterpieces.
And they so need it because it doesn't just help with the art, but it helps with their troubleshooting
Yes.
and problem solving. It's a big part of learning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they've stopped thinking that hand-eye coordination as well as creativity and decision making. You make
Right.
decisions every instance that you're making something. You're
Absolutely.
making a decision one way or the other, and people don't see it that way. But even when I'm writing or Jeanette's making her clocks, if I'm crocheting or whatever it is I'm doing, I'm constantly thinking. It's not where you're just okay. You're devoid of, like, watching a movie. You don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Creativity is active, and it activates everything. Your emotions, so it's really important. We're actually trying to get a children's corner, a kids corner on the channel, so we can start bringing. My grandson does stuff, animation, and my other granddaughter draws, and my son, of course. But so it's really, really important that parents understand that it's a very, very big part of your kids' growth.
And then if you can't do it at home, we'll take it at Hazel Smith store. I like the name.
Oh, Hazel.
Let me go ahead and put the name so everybody.
So are you thinking franchise? Or are you thinking?
That's what I'm thinking. Franchise. Think big, girl. Think big.
I might have to talk with y'all.
You know what? I go into so many little towns that use that camper van, and I'm going to be in our camper van. I think going to pop-ups and things. That's what we bought it for. But
maybe we should go visit that art store and film ourselves just doing the art.
Right?
I would love that.
Williamsburg is a great idea, and every little town, like here in San Antonio, there's a lot of little bitty towns. But the gal that I told you with the bee, she does bees. She's down a little south from us. She's created this very cool little enclave in a small town, and it's history. It's makes it very. We have Marfa, which is right near Del Rio, and it's a very arty kind of thing. I could see a place like that. So they're all little places all over the United States.
There's a little place right here on Main Street, Newport Richey, Florida, that you fit in right there. Yeah, we will want you right there.
We need about 1,200 Hazels.
Yeah, there you go. And she'll have little minions working for her, Think big, girl, big.
Okay.
I have one more question, because I know Jeanette's got that look in her eye. Did you actually start with a business plan, or are you like us? You kind of started and then it's kind of blossoming out. Like, are you the kind of person that says, I've got this in a row, or you kind of creatively created it? Do you know what I mean?
More creatively created it, but then they had a program through economic development that I went through that helped me with all the business stuff. So I'm certified in sales now, and I like to learn too. And I was blessed to get a few small grants to help with that because I completed those programs. But I would have probably done it without that. So
yeah. So going into that, today's message is repay the right way, and I think you're right on the path of repay the right way, which is Bible verse 1 Peter 3:8. It says, "Keep your conscience clear. Then, if people speak against you, they will be ashamed when they see what a good life you live because you belong to Christ." Remember, it's better to suffer for doing good, and that is what God wants, than suffer for doing wrong. And basically, in what ways do you search for peace and work and maintain it? I think we were just talking about it, right? The fact that we maintain our peace by creating. Your store allows people that may be going through something and they don't know. They may be going through something and they just want something to do. I know I would be that person going by. It's like, I need to go do something. And I will go to your store and say, I just want to paint. And you see my emotions come out in this whole painting.
Right.
You know, that's a way to release. And that's playing it forward, because think about it. How many people can go into your store and just let out their feelings? You know?
I've actually had artisans that I have now that have come in an emotional state. I've talked with them and they've become my artisan, and now they're a part of the team.
See, I tell you, I don't pick the lesson. I just do what I'm told, and you know, and that is just a wonderful thing to embrace.
You know, I think we're trying to. Everybody talks about being positive. You know, there's all these affirmations, and you know, you got to stay positive, and you know, a lot of it falls in empty. It's empty because it's just okay. We'll be happy. You have to do something really to get yourself, your psyche, into being happy, and it doesn't have to be a lot of money, and it doesn't have to be, you know, make yourself have a notoriety about you. Something simple as to, you know, make something that you did yourself and it makes you happy.
You know, I told you exactly right, Jenny. Even the littlest thing, like I told you, I play with Play-Doh. So I made this little portrait of my dog. It's my dog's paw.
I love it.
Because I was like, I'm gonna do something. And this reminds me of you, Hazel, because if people can go in and just say, I want that little thing. You say you start from $1 all the way up. It could be even a little kid has $1 and say, I want to do something. That will kill me right there.
See, we have dollar mystery bags too. They can just come in and can have anything from a little craft to a toy, and you never know what you're walking out with.
Oh, that's so much fun. I love grab bags. You guys have grab bags when you're little. I love those. They were so much fun.
Yes. Yeah, that is so cool. I'm glad you have grab bags. I think that would be fun. Here, I want a grab bag. I don't know what this is. Let's see. And create something that's inside. I'll be happy. I'm telling you, I will be that little kid that don't leave the store, or every day after school run. My mother wouldn't have to guess where I'm at. I'm at the paint store. I'm at the store.
So everybody, if you all want to have fun and you're in Virginia, go visit Hazel at that art store.
Yes.
And have a wonderful day. Take a friend, take a family member, and just enjoy. And don't say, I don't know how to do something.
You don't have to know.
I'm not creative at all.
I hear that a lot.
And this is something that I will keep saying. We all have a creative spirit.
We do.
All of us have a creative spirit. They just haven't tapped into it yet. But when they do, it goes and they know what they want to do, because everybody has it. Everybody has a calling. Everybody has a creative spirit. And I learned that from Jenny. I can't say that I made it myself. I'm speaking her words, you know, that's embedded in me already for a year. So I got it in my brain. You know,
I think the idea is that creativity is actually makes you very vulnerable in a strange way. Like I talk to different writers and painters and things like that, and like there are books I read, I'm like, I don't think I could write that. I can write it, but I don't know if I want someone to read what I wrote, because it's your thoughts, it's your feelings, it's your emotions, it's your experiences. And so if you're out there like you are, and you're putting it all out there for people, you're a very brave and courageous woman, because
Thank you.
You are doing God's work. Seriously, you're getting people to tap themselves.
Oh, don't make like Jenny.
You're bringing it. It's affordable.
You got me tearing.
It's fun. And you're getting people to getting really, and you want to get in touch with yourself, don't go to a shrink. Go see Hazel. Make a couple of things. Make a couple. She's got jewelry. She's got so many things in there.
So much. We have
and
all sorts of art. The only artisan I'm missing is a leather worker. I have stained glass. We have writers, so I have several books in a book section in our book tree. We have crochet, we have pottery, we have resin. If it's a medium in art,
you know what?
One of our artisans does it.
Jenny, it's time for a field trip. That's all I
I
got.
know. I'm
Let's
getting
go for
jealous.
a field trip.
Getting
Let's go
jealous
for a
because
field trip. Let's go for a field trip and go visit Hazel and just spend the day there and creating stuff.
that
Would
would be
love
that
that.
would be an awesome show.
Yeah, it would be an awesome show. We could say, look, we're at Hazel's and just, go on the
And you know
road.
what? There'd be two little kids that would sit next to us that would totally show us up on our art. Real, some little 8-year-olds like, really, lady? Okay.
I will be in competition with that 5-year-old. I go, wait a minute. Let's put a star on mine. It would be like so funny. Oh my gosh. I think Hazel would be just like, what are you doing? She took my star.
Oh,
No. And the 5-year-old's like, nuh-uh.
I would cry right there. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh, that would be funny. I'd have to get in my camper van and come over and meet you in Old Virginia.
Yes, it. I'll say, I'm like, we'll be on the tour. Hey, Hazel, it's us. Remember us?
yes. I'm not going to forget you. You're
Well,
wonderful.
we'll never forget you. You really are. I'm serious. I saw your stuff and I'm totally jealous. I'm so happy that we have people like you in this world. And never think that you're just a little small shop because you touch a lot of people's lives.
That's right.
And it's so good to meet you.
You will be the shop that everybody goes to when everybody else is gone. Everybody else is gone, and then there's that one little shop. Oh, the art store. That's a cool name, by the way. I can't forget that art store.
The only reason is because when I was in a different shop and somebody's, I'm at that art, or I'm at that place. Well, that art store.
That art store. It's awesome.
That's it. Oh my gosh, that is wonderful. Anyway,
sweetie, I guess we have to go. I don't want to though.
But I'll
everybody check out Hazel. Make sure you go see her if you're in Virginia. I think you can buy stuff on your website, right?
Also. Yes.
So go to our website, purchase items there, support her, and we're going to see what we can do to get her on the channel, one way or the other.
But I wanna go ahead and show up on the channel with all the camera and everything. And
I know, right?
Us going in and having fun and things. That
would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great. We'll go with the camera crew and all of us and just have fun and create some stuff. That'll be a day. You know what? I'm gonna put it on my calendar. Darn it, we're gonna
do that.
I'm gonna do that. I've never been so enthusiastic in my life. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. All right, Hazel, stay tuned. We're gonna be right back, people. We're gonna show you some commercials and then we'll say bye to Hazel. So we'll be right back. Hold on. Bye. Oh my gosh. And
We got
so
stuff going on. I'm like, wow, we got all that.
we got all of that, girl. And then
All
some.
that.
Like,
Well, Hazel, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeanette.
no, I said that we got places to put all over the place, you know.
Oh, I know. Hazel, it's been such a pleasure. We're so happy that you came on our show. You're like the quintessential crafter. We haven't had one in such a long time, really.
Well,
That's
thank you so much for having me.
it's
We're
just
gonna
so much
actually
fun.
be celebrating our 3rd anniversary on the 22nd. So
Ah, happy
Wow, happy anniversary. Good
thank
for
you.
you. Throw yourself a party, babe.
We will.
Pink brushes for everybody.
Yes.
I like that.
yeah. Okay. So
All right, sweetie. Take care, and we will see everybody next week.
yes.
I think, right? Hopefully that the channel's going to be up, guys. So keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, let's see what happens. Okay. We're waiting. We're on the mercy of somebody else. So yeah.
Oh,
I know. I hate that.
All right.
All right, are we ready?
Okay. Yep.
What do I do?
Nothing.
nothing.
See?
Nothing. Nada. Kaput.
Nada.
Nada. Okay. See you next week.
I'm going to go work for Hazel.
Thank
She's
you.
going to put me to work.
And the moment you make a little mistake, she'll go, that's it.
No,
That's
she's going to be on it.
She will follow directions.
Never.
All right.
All right, Hazel. Take care, sweetie.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.